Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be talking today about life expectancy, and I'll be looking at some of the most significant causes of death around the world and some of the risk factors contributing to those causes. People are living longer than they did 40 years ago, quite dramatically so, in fact. Life expectancy for men has gone up by 11 years since 1970, and for women, the figure is even higher. It's 12 years. That's the good news to emerge from a study of the world's health, the biggest study of its kind ever carried out, and the study has just been completed. I'll say more about it in a moment. But the bad news that has emerged from the same study is that with increased longevity come increased mental and physical health problems. So I want to look briefly at the findings of this study. As I say, it was the biggest such study ever conducted. It was carried out over a period of more than 5 years, involving over 500 researchers around the world in countries like the US, many European countries, but also Japan, China, and countries in Latin America. And I want in particular to look at the main causes of death which were identified in the study, and more particularly at the significant risk factors which lead to the problems from which people are dying. Let me start by throwing another figure at you. I don't know if you knew this, but around the world each year, some 50 million people die. 50 million people every year. What are we dying from, apart from old age and natural causes? Well, the study I've been referring to points out that the number one cause of death around the world is now heart disease and stroke. Heart disease and stroke were responsible for 12.9 million deaths in 2012. That's about a quarter of the total number of deaths worldwide. What about the risk factors leading to heart disease and stroke? Well, the study puts high blood pressure at the very top of the list. High blood pressure was responsible for 9.4 million deaths per year. And high blood pressure, of course, can be caused by various things. It can be caused, or certainly made worse, by poor diet, for example. People eating too much salt. That can lead to high blood pressure. It also seems from the study that some people in certain countries have what you might call a genetic predisposition to high blood pressure. This is the case apparently in India. In Europe and in North America, lots of people, of course, take pills in order to try to bring their blood pressure down because they know that high blood pressure is a significant risk factor for strokes. And as I say, strokes and heart disease is, according to this study, the number one cause of death around the world. Next on the list of risk factors comes smoking. You probably won't be surprised to hear that. Smoking leads to 6.3 million deaths around the world each year. And by smoking, I mean both active and passive smoking. Then we have alcohol. Alcohol led to 5 million deaths in 2012. Drinking can cause, as we know, liver cancer or cirrhosis of the liver. But it also plays a significant role in other diseases, things like cancer of the esophagus, for example. And of course, when people drink too much, they may end up being involved in some kind of violent incident or in an accident, which can be another significant cause of death. So alcohol is a significant risk factor worldwide, leading to 5 million deaths. And then finally, the study talks about diet and exercise, or rather poor diet and lack of exercise, lack of physical activity. These two combined were responsible for 4.8 million deaths in 2012, according to the study. So the message is clear. If we want to live longer, but also live more healthily, then we need to watch our blood pressure. We need to eat less salt. We need to stop smoking if we are smokers. We need to limit the amount of alcohol we drink. And we need to take more exercise. Thank you.